Hey dreamers, I'm your host Madworld Games, and this podcast strives to refine and empower your business ideas into money making machines the right way. This episode, we are talking about the importance of perseverance in business. The most successful entrepreneurs are those who learn to persist through failure. It takes a lot of perseverance to succeed in business. And it is important for any entrepreneur to recognize this fact early on. In this post, we'll take a look at the importance of believing in what you do and how perseverance can help you achieve success in your business endeavors. The importance of believing in what you do. If you don't believe in what you do, there's no way you will be able to persevere. If a horse doesn't believe it can reach the finish line of a race, it will not have the energy and drive to keep going. Similarly, if an entrepreneur doesn't believe he or she can make their business successful, they're not going to put in the effort needed to succeed. Believe in your product or service is one thing. Belief that you are capable of being successful at something is another entirely. If someone told me my entire life that I was bad at something like basketball, I would probably give up because I would think, what is the point? Even if I'm capable of doing well at this thing, why bother when everyone says it's impossible? This brings us to the next point, learning to avoid self doubt. Believe in yourself. The first step to persevering is believing that you can do it. It takes a lot of courage and confidence to persevere, especially in the face of failure or self doubt. If you don't think that you are capable of doing something, then why should anyone else? You might think other people's opinion matter more than yours, and maybe they do. But if there's one thing we have learned about the movies about business and life, it's that what matters most is what's inside your head. If someone has told you something negative about yourself or your abilities, chances are they are wrong and probably just jealous because nobody will ever love them as much as we all love ourselves. If someone tells me my opinion doesn't matter because I'm not qualified enough to have one, which is not true, I'll just ignore them until they get bored and go away on their own accord. This usually works. If a friend tells me she doesn't think I'm good enough at my job, I'll gently let her know why she's wrong while making sure not to hurt her feelings too badly. Then I'll remind myself how great those new shoes look on me. How to use positive feedback effectively. In the world of business, you are going to receive feedback from people constantly. Whether it's a client telling you they love your product or a coworker giving opinion on an idea, there will be times when you receive positive feedback. The problem is that many entrepreneurs don't know how to use positive feedback effectively and end up missing out on some great opportunities. So let me give you some tips on how to best take advantage of every bit of praise. Look at the feedback objectively. The first thing that happens when someone gives us something nice is that we start thinking about how amazing we are. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. In fact, being able to recognize our own achievements is important for growth and development, not just in business. However, if we spend too much time focusing on those things alone, instead of looking at things from an objective viewpoint, we won't be able to improve ourselves as much as possible. Ask yourself, what can you learn from it? One advantage all entrepreneurs have over employees is their ability and desire for personal improvement, but only if they're willing and able. While it's tempting to just take credit for everything good that happens around us without considering what might have gone wrong along the way, this kind of self centeredness can lead us down dangerous paths where others may falter but never succeed because they haven't learned anything valuable during those failures. Instead, try asking yourself, what could have been done better? What could have been different so this wouldn't happen next time? If I had another chance, would I approach things differently, not knowing what I did wrong before? How could this person's experience help me create better products and services down the road? The benefits of a strong support network. It is important to have a support network. Often, it can be a family member, friend, or colleague who will push you and keep you motivated. They may also help provide advice and feedback on your progress towards achieving your goals. They can even help with any challenges that may arise along the way. The importance of accepting criticism. Criticism is a way of learning. It's important to accept criticism and learn from it. Rather than taking everything personally, you may have made some mistakes, but you can still learn from them and make your business better. Don't get defensive when someone criticizes your work. Just listen carefully and try to understand what they're saying. If someone is criticizing your business, there might be some value in their criticism that will help you improve it in future. The necessity of failing and learning from your mistakes. Everyone fails. The sooner you realize this, the better off you will be. Failure is a sign of progress. If you're not failing, then it means that you're either too scared to try or not trying at all. Failure is a good thing because it means you are trying new things and testing your boundaries. Without failure, there would be no growth and no knowledge gained from our mistakes. Believing in what you do is crucial to business success. So, let's start with the obvious. You have to believe in what you do, no matter what your goals are, no matter how much money or fame or prestige or power you want. If you don't truly believe in what you're doing, none of those things will happen. I mean, sure, if it turns out that there was some ungodly mistake and everyone is actually convinced they need to buy a new kind of toothpaste, but their old kind will do just fine. If that happens, then maybe your belief isn't that important at all. But otherwise, it's everything. Believe me when I say this, every single person started out as someone who didn't give up when everyone told them they were wasting their time on something stupid or impossible, or maybe both. There are people trying to talk to them out of it every step along the way until they got where they wanted to go, or at least close enough. And even then, they kept going because they knew deep down inside themselves that their dream was worth pursuing, even though most people thought it should remain nothing more than a pipe dream forever. So, concluding today's talk, we have established believing in yourself as a business owner is crucial to success. But what happens if you don't believe in yourself? When it comes down to it, if you think that your idea won't work or that others won't be interested in what you have to offer, then chances are high that they won't be. So remember this tip when starting out an idea or project of your own.